majority of us spend a ton of time worrying about who we're repelling, who we're pushing away. You know, the people who might not like you, the people who might judge you, the people who might not buy your products or services, people who may not follow you on social media or like your page, right? I know this because, for me, as an author and an online entrepreneur, I'm constantly focused on how many people can I attract to what I'm doing so that they'll buy my books, so they'll follow my blog, so they'll buy my coaching or my services, right? But the fact is that we shouldn't be so focused on who we're pushing away or repelling or who doesn't like us. We should be more interested in who we are actually attracting. Not only that, we should be more focused on who we want to attract. Who are our peeps, our people? Who are they? And how do we attract them into our world and allow them to experience us and therefore want to follow us and buy our products and services and all those things, work with us? We are like magnets, you and I. We're like magnets. And if you know anything about a magnet, you know that one end of the magnet, both ends of the magnet are going to attract something to them. So if you put metal around them, they're going to attract certain types of metal and they're going to repel others. You're going to see a pattern of pieces, little shards of metal that have been pushed away and some that have been attached to the magnet because they've been magnetized in, right? The magnetic force has pulled them in almost against their will, right? They almost don't know what's happening. They're just compelled to be attached to the magnet, right? We want to be like that. We want to attract or magnetize the people who are right for us, not the people who are wrong for us. And we focus so much on having everybody like us that we attract all kinds of people, and then we wonder why they don't buy from us or befriend us or whatever it is. They don't become our, we think of it like a blind date or a dating service where, you go online and you put your profile in and, you're attracting all the wrong people, but you made a profile that would attract everybody when really what you want is a specific type of person to be in relationship with. It's the same for every aspect of our life. The problem is that, like the online dating profile, we may not be honest about who we are. We may not really show our authentic selves because we're afraid that that little thing about us that maybe you don't like or that's been judged in the past, that other people won't like it, so we hide that. It doesn't go in that online profile, that online dating profile. It doesn't go in your bio on your website, right? We hide it. And maybe we just think who we are isn't enough or isn't lovable or whatever it is. And so we hide those aspects of ourselves and we try to put our best self forward to attract more people. What that does is it ends up attracting all kinds of people who think we're someone we're not. Like the dates you get on the online dating site. If you're not honest, you're going to get a bunch of people who show up and they end up being lousy dates because you might like them, but they don't like you because you're not who you said you were. They show up and they discover you're not who you said you are. So I was at a conference recently and somebody was talking about how, about his online profile on a social media site, on a social network. And he said, people keep asking me why, when I'm a professional, why I have in my bio, my professional bio, 2 paragraphs that talk about God. He said, aren't you afraid people are going to get turned off because you're talking about God in your bio? It's a professional bio for God's sake. In fact, he said, I want it there because the people I want to work with, he said, I can work with anyone, but I really like working with people who are spiritual or religious. I like people who I can have that God conversation with or that we have that faith in common. He said, so I want to attract those people to me. I'm a magnet and I want to attract those people, and I don't care if I repel the others who are turned off by my mention of God. It's fine. They can go away. I don't have a problem with that. So this is the same in all aspects of our life. If we don't show up authentically as ourselves and be willing to put out there who we really are and allow others who want to be with someone like that to come to us, we're never going to have the success we like in relationships and business, in anything. This really hit home for me, and I loved that he brought up the subject of God at this particular conference, because for me, I feel as if while I'm somewhat transparent, if you look at these videos that I do every Monday and the blog posts that are associated with them on ninaamir.com, you'll see that I talk about a lot of different things. But I sometimes, and I talk about spirituality, and I may talk about God, and I may talk about personal development, and I may talk a little bit about metaphysics, but I never come right out and say, this is who I am. I believe in God. I believe in guides. I believe in the law of attraction. I believe in reincarnation. I believe in spirit and soul, and I believe in a higher consciousness, and I believe in angels and all kinds of things. I don't come out and say that very often, but you know what? You're going to see more and more that I am, because I got it. When he talked about being a magnet, when this guy got up on stage and talked about being a magnet and attracting the people that you really want to attract and repelling the rest because that doesn't matter, I got it. I was like, oh my goodness. I've been so careful to try to attract as many people as I could who I thought might be interested in what I do, that I wasn't focused on attracting the people who really would get me and want to work with me. And then I looked around. Like in my writing groups, my high performance writer group, and in my nonfiction writers university. And the people who show up to work with me, who are they? They're exactly the people I want to attract. And I'm doing it without even knowing it, of course, because that's my vibration. That's my energy that I put out there. Another thing I believe in, vibrations and energy. Anyway, the most of the people who are in there working with me as writers are ex-ministers, like retired ministers or pastors, psychologists and psychiatrists, psychics. I've worked with a ton of psychics, intuitives, people very involved in their churches, people writing books about the role that souls take when they show up here on planet Earth. Interesting stuff, at least for me. I call myself the woo-woo lady. I love it. But I had to look at that. In the last couple of weeks, I looked at it and went, oh my God, I'm attracting these people anyway. Why don't I just say it, that this is who I am, and attract more of these people, because I love them. We resonate together. And that's what you want. You want people who come to you who, as friends, as lovers, as business partners, as clients, as readers. You want people who resonate with you, who get you. So I want to encourage you to be a magnet. You are already. Look at me. I'm attracting people even without saying anything, hardly. Be a magnet. Focus on attracting those little shards of metal that are complementary to you. They don't have to be just like you, but they're complementary to you, right? And don't worry about who else you're repelling, okay? Because that doesn't matter. So be a magnet. Use your magnetic force to attract into your experience the people who really want to experience you. I'm Nina Amir. I'm the Inspiration to Creation Coach. I take people from that moment when the light bulb goes on, that moment of inspiration, to the actual realization of their idea or their dream or their goal without letting anything get in the way. So how do I do that? Sometimes I do it by helping them combine their passion and their purpose so they get inspired and take inspired action. Other times I do it with high performance coaching, because high performance coaching is, in my mind, what it does is it helps you get out of your own way so that you can achieve your dreams. It helps you manage yourself and life so that you have the ability to realize your dreams and your goals. If that's of interest to you, you can work with me one-on-one I'll be your certified high performance coach. You can find out more about that on my website or fill out an application for a strategy session with me. Just go to ninaamir.com/free session and we'll spend an hour or so, probably more, on the phone together talking about where you are and where you want to go and how to get there. And I'll give you some tips you can use right away, and we can see if we're a good fit to work together, to see if we're on a vibrational frequency that works. See if I'm one of your peeps. And if that doesn't work for you, then think about joining my group certified high performance coaching program. So that is a program where there's a group of people all doing the certified high performance coaching sessions together. Enormously powerful, really, really powerful the way the groups work together. I love it. I didn't have a group before, but for those who don't want to do one-on-one work with me, this is your opportunity to get in a group and still do the high performance coaching at a very reasonable price and to have the power of group learning. So check that out as well. That is at ninaamir.com/CHPC group. CHPC group. And I think that's it for today. I would love to work with you. It'd be my honor to help you get from where you are to where you want to go. It really would. My dream for you is that every one of those light bulbs turns into something, a thing, whether it's more money, a vacation, a better relationship, a different career, a painting, a book, whatever it is, a business. I would love to help you do that. It's my dream for you that you realize all your dreams and goals. Until next time, as always, go out there and achieve more inspired results.